Hello everybody, it's your boy N here. I'm coming at you guys with another YouTube video. So, in today's video I'm going to give you the build for Nell, for Stormhanger, and for Stormhanger Challenge Mode, along with gameplay from literally the player who is #1 on the leaderboard as of right now. So, let's get right on into it. Starting off with the modules for Nell, we're going to go with mid-air maneuvering. This is so that you can get around a little bit faster, and so that you can, leap to the boss fight and set yourself up. For the red module, Shattered Heart. This is going to be a crit build because Nell's skill / crit build is basically her best build as of right now. Now for the modules, we are immediately eating into crit. So we're going to be going with skill insight, skill concentrations, emergency measures, and also front lines. Next up, we want to go with a lot of cooldown on this build so that we are able to spam our abilities. For this, we are going with MP conversion as well as nimble fingers. Next up, we are going to go with more cooldown, so that is going to be the focus on modules. Now with this, Nell is a non-attribute type Pokemon, and then she's also in this instance going to be a tech type Pokemon. So her fourth ability is tech, and so is her first ability. That's mainly going to be what you are going to be focusing on for damage in this setup. Next up, for a little bit of additional damage, we are going with Spear and Shield. Now, the final module. This is where it becomes preference based. I like using Hyper Focus because if you level this up, use a weapon like the Secret Garden, and then you can absolutely nuke with that additional 46% crit hit damage, but it's only for 15 seconds, so it's another thing you got to keep an eye on and basically loop. Now, if you don't want to do any of that, what you can do is just use Dangerous Ambush. This will basically allow you to get even more damage, but only once the boss is immobilized. Now personally, I do prefer using Hyper Focus, and in the gameplay, Hyper Focus was used. So this is essentially the module setup you are going to want to go for. It's a raw damage and it's max damage. As for the trigger module, we are going to be going with Power Beyond. So you want the skill power increase from here, the range doesn't really matter. Now in this, it was very scuffed, it was very back and forth, it was very scuffed, but basically Power Beyond is kind of broken right now. I think, I'm not 100% sure whether it's intentional or not, but it just gives a complete flat skill power increase. It's absolutely busted, so you definitely want to be using this on Nell for just a crazy increase in terms of your damage. So this is essentially what you are going to want to go with for Nell in terms of your modules. So let's have a look at the other parts of this build. Next up, let's have a look at the reactor and external components. For the reactor, you are going to want to be going with a maternalized mechanics reactor, so this is a tech reactor. For your weapon, you are going to want to go with the tactical rifle mounting. In this instance, what that means is a Secret Garden. So with the Secret Garden, I've got triple sprint speed, doesn't really matter, but we'll come back to that later. For your two stats in the middle, you want non-attribute and tech, and for your two stats at the bottom, you want damage to colossi and also skill cooldown. This is going to allow you to, well, basically cool down a touch faster, taking advantage of the other parts in the setup, and basically get yourself as much damage as you can on the colossi. External components. Now, with Nell, in terms of mobbing, I would be going with the Enlightened Mage set. I would be going with the Hunter set, but in this instance it has to be the Enlightened Mage set. You want to make sure that the 3 integral stats that you have is MP recovery out of combat, MP recovery in combat, and MP recovery modifier. You also want to make sure you do have max MP on your sensor, and HP on your power is also a nice touch. But this stat needs to be perfect, 100%. This one needs to be perfect. Now with this, you want to basically go with something that looks like these. For your external component cores, you're just going to want to go with max HP, and you're also going to want to go with max defense. So yeah, that's basically the main thing for this. So that's essentially your external components. For your Arche tuning, for the tuning on this tree, for specifically the Crasher or Stormhanger, is going to be a little bit different. You're going to go up and we're going to get the MP recovery out of combat. You're going to take the Colossi side up and we are going to use that to go over to the skill power. Next we are going to go all the way up to the cooldown because we also want a bit of this. We're going to go 4 nodes across to the crit damage. And then we're going to go 7 nodes up here, and we're going to grab ourselves final preparation. This is going to allow us to get ourselves a much harder hit, and also get us more skill power for our 4th ability, which is essentially what you are going to want in this instance. We are choosing this over defense neutralization. This is because with defense neutralization you can get it to proc, but it'll only last 15 seconds and the fight is a little bit longer than that. So yeah, that's basically what you've got. Next up, for your 2 last nodes, you just want to grab crit damage and a little bit of additional skill power, and that's it. Your tree is basically complete. So for your weapon, now we're almost done. It's just a secret garden to hold for the tech buff, and that is literally it. Stats and comps on here really don't matter. I've got triple sprint speed because I like to run around a little bit more, but yeah, that's basically it for the secret garden. Now for the actual final bit of this setup, the inversions. These are the incorrect inversions, so let's unselect them. But this inversion for now, this one is important. It does make a difference. You get a little bit of extra duration on the scanned mobs, as well as more weak point, and this also has a cooldown on it. Next up, you are going to want to go with the NP on here. This is going to allow Nell to basically, you know, recover MP a little bit better, because we are going to be thriving for MP in this fight. Now to finish it off, we're going to go with cooldown. So this is specifically what you are going to want to run for Stormhanger. So let's get on into some gameplay for Stormhanger. So let me narrate this for you very quickly, and the way that Corey has played. Also check the link in the description, top of the description. Corey deserves nothing but love and respect. He's such a goated player. But you can see over here, he'll go in, he'll use his ability to get 3 stacks. He'll use the bullets and to activate hyper focus. Then he uses his Deceive. Once he's got his bar full, then he will activate his 4th ability. Then it's basically just aiming at the weak points, making sure every hit hits, and then it's essentially just nuking the Stormhanger in every part of his body. You can see over here, boom, boom, boom. There you go, literally done and dusted. And currently Corey is literally number 1 in the world at wallhanger. So yeah, I keep saying wallhanger, god damn it, but look at this 21-second run. Now for the Abyss challenge mode, there's basically only 2 or 3 changes that you're going to want to make. For your actual Descendant modules, you're going to want to drop Spear and Shield. Instead, you are going to put on Maximize Conservation for this, and then your build is ready to go for the challenge mode of the Abyss for Nell. Now, on top of that, if you go to your Arche tuning, this tree is also going to slightly change. What we are instead going to do is go across, and we're just going to nuke this tree to make it a little bit easier. So what we are going to do for the tree is you're going to want to go down towards skill cost, and then you are going to want to go up towards your colossi damage all the way up to the top over here, and then we are just going to go across there and then across and up here. That is basically your tree sorted for the Abyss challenge mode. So yeah, that is basically the only differences that you actually need to change between normal Stormhanger and challenge Stormhanger. So let's get on into the gameplay for that setup. Okay, welcome back to some more Corey gameplay, guys. So this time it's Abyss challenge. So with this one, the boss is going to have way more HP. The strat literally does not change at all though. You can see Corey over here just doing the exact same thing. It's just the only difference is that the boss has like probably 10 times more HP. But you can see here, just avoiding the balls, just jumping around is essentially all you need to do. It does take a lot of time to get used to doing this. Even myself, I can do runs, but they're not nearly as fast as what Corey can do. He's genuinely one of the best speedrunners in this game. Such an absolute legend. I'm never going to stop glazing him. All my homies love Corey. But even with this, you can see in about 30 seconds, you've knocked all the HP off. He's gone back to activate hyper focus. He's gone inside the bubble to be safe from the balls, and now he's essentially just spamming using his system. Once he's got the cooldown for this, he's going to stay inside the ball and do ridiculous levels of damage, and he's just basically doing this and just scanning, shooting, activating, making sure that hyper focus loop doesn't go too crazy, and it's just this. It's essentially just learning the fight, and I know people will say there's not much fight to learn, but if you do want to take challenge mode seriously, then I would say you need to learn his techs, you need to learn his fights, how to play it, and this gameplay is a top tier example. There is a reason Corey is #1 in the world right now, because this man is absolutely killing it with the training that he's doing, or just with learning the fight and stuff like that. Once you know what the spawns do, each mech does, and what phase is coming next and stuff, you can adjust your gameplay accordingly and make sure that you do the right thing. You can see in here, he just hit a 1 minute 22 second, 23 second run in here, which is absolutely ridiculous. But anyways guys, that's everything you need to know. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.